Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about how to 3x your knowledge in half of the time. When we think of successful people, we usually think that they're just incredibly talented or incredibly smart or even just super lucky. And really what it comes down to is they had to develop the traits of what a successful person has. And every successful person is just a normal person, but we always look at them as some kind of person that is just different than us, and that's just not true. We all started out as just average Joes, but what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is their determination on getting to where they want to go. You know, you can get knocked down 7 times, but you can always get up an 8th time. And a lot of people who are unsuccessful, or most of them, they don't get back up that 8th time. They quit and they are defeated. They don't follow their goals and they don't continue to trying to achieve what they were out to achieve. And so successful people, they had to develop the traits that a successful person has. So they got that either through personal experience, through trial and error, through a bunch of failures. They may have had a mentor. They may have gotten their education through school or through books. But successful people had to develop the traits of how to be successful. They had to develop the traits of a successful person. Look at any successful person. We have all started out as regular people, but what separates us is all the work that we have put into becoming successful, getting closer to our goal. So if you want to be successful, you have to get the knowledge of a successful person. You have to develop the traits of what a successful person has. But how do you do that? Well, the quickest way to do that is if you don't have mentors and you don't have access to the personal experience that will help you level up, the next best thing is through books and all the knowledge you can get through books. And you might not like reading, but I'm here to tell you that if you don't start picking up your reading habit, that you're not going to really go anywhere in life. And the reason why is this. Think of it like this. If you never read a book in your entire life, the only story that you know is yours. But if you are reading constantly throughout your life, in your one life, you are basically living thousands of lives because of everyone's story that you've read, all of the knowledge that may have took that author decades to get. You can get it within a day. So you are just basically living so many lives within your own life. Whereas if you never read, the only experience you get is your own. You don't get the experiences and the trials and tribulations of other people. And that's why reading is so important, is because not only are you just reading a book just to read, but you're getting the personal insights of people, whether that's fiction, nonfiction. But if you're reading people of like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or any other successful person, you're reading what they had went through, all the trials and tribulations that they had experienced to get them to where they are today or where they were. And so that's why reading is so important. But reading does take a lot of time. And if you have free time, maybe if you're a speed reader, you can get through a book in a couple days or a week. But like I said, that takes a lot of time. So how can you 3x your knowledge in half of the time? How you can do this, if you don't have a ton of time to read, you can use audiobooks. And now think of it like this. A lot of audiobooks are maybe 3 to 6 hours, depending on what you're listening to. You can change the speed on which it is speaking to you. You can make it speak twice as fast. So that 6-hour book is now 3 hours. And if you listen to that book the whole day, you can get through a book in a 24-hour period instead of a week, 7 days. So just imagine if you listen to an audiobook for 7 days, you can get so much more knowledge because you're getting through so many more books. Whereas if you were just to read, you would only maybe read a book a week, and 2 if you're super fast or if the books are short. So just think about all the knowledge and insight that you can get through audiobooks, because if you just listen to one a day, you can get so much knowledge. And just think of that on like a broader scope. If you listen to one a day, think about how many books you could have consumed in just 1 year. Whereas if you read a book a week, that's 52 books, and that's a ton of books. But think about if you had an audiobook that you're listening to every single day, that's a ton of books. And so just think about all the knowledge that you can really get and apply to your own life, because you're taking the insights of these authors who had these life experiences that they've got that knowledge over decades of their own lives, but you get this knowledge within a day through audiobooks, or if you're reading, you get it in like a week. And thanks to audiobooks, we can really like expand our knowledge in a very fast time. And so you can read a book a week, and that's great, and you'll get a lot of knowledge from that. But if you listen to an audiobook a day, think of how much knowledge you will get every single week. You will be like dropping knowledge bombs on a bunch of people, because you've lived so many lives just in 1 year. So just think about that next time you want to gain insight on a topic or gain insight on something that you're trying to achieve. Think about using audiobooks as a resource because of how much knowledge and insight that you can get in such a short amount of time. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment, and subscribe. Down below in the description, I have some affiliate links to books that really impacted me and I think will be very influential for you to read. If you have any questions, please ask me on Instagram at Shawn Sewell-Snyder. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.